What's up, YouTube? It's Ken again. Thank you for stopping by the channel. It's finally the day that I'm actually working on restoring our headlights with some 2K Clearcoat. I actually already did 2 cars of this. Shout out to my Uncle Jay for assisting with that. And one of the cars turned out great. The other one, not quite so great. And I actually was thinking about it in more detail. And I think that we used only one piece of sandpaper for both sets of headlights. And it was the second car that had less than desirable results. So I think really trying to stretch these sanding paper pads is and was the key to that. So in this video, we're just doing one car and I'll walk through the process, and that's what I'm going to record. And laid out in front of you are most of the supplies that you're going to need. I dare not say all because I'm probably forgetting something, but some tape for basically putting around the headlight frame. Now your car might be such that you can easily take the headlights out, but I just find it's easier to tape around them and sand them in place. Sanding paper, I'm just using 2 different grits. I actually am fortunate enough to live really close to an auto paint store. This is what they recommended, and I will say it turned out great on one of the vehicles, so I think the results speak for themselves. This is P600 and this is P800, as can be seen there. I've already got this one on a pad. The pad itself was like 30 bucks, this right here. I will say this was actually really nice. It's just a 3M hand pad for these circular sanding papers. And then the paper themselves, you know, for as much as we tried to save $1 last night, they're literally $1 each. So not even, like 89 cents or something. So not worth trying to save that. Use one for each set of headlights, and I think that's the key. Some microfiber rags for cleaning, some glass cleaner, safety equipment, of course, and then this is plastic sheeting to lay over the car, and then I'm going to tape that on as well and cut out the headlights with like either a box cutter or a pair of scissors. I think I've bought maybe 20 pairs of scissors since I've lived in my house. It's been 14 years now, and I always have the hardest time finding scissors, so this never goes anywhere, the box cutter, but scissors I can never find. I opened up the Clearcoat yesterday, and the cap looks like so, with one of these little pop out, I don't know what you call these, bladder breakers. Because what you got to do, I'm actually zoomed in a little bit here. You got to shake it for 2 minutes, put it upside down, pop the bladder with this guy right here, like so. And I actually had to give this quite a bit of force. And then you shake it for 2 more minutes. And then it says to be, what, 10 inches away? So that is what I've already done. That was about 12 hours, 14, 15 hours ago now. Once you pop that, the bladder here, you don't have a lot of shelf life left. So I think it says max 48 hours, but that might be stretching it. So we'll see how this does. I've got a lot of paint left in this thing, or at least it feels like I do. Definitely used quite a bit last night, but I've got enough left over for sure, I'm pretty sure, for another car. The other thing I don't have pictured here is some water because I'm wet sanding. Whether or not that's the best idea, I don't know, but that's what I'm gonna do and what I did. And then I'll also wear some gloves. And I think that's everything. I'm cutting in for a quick post-edit clip. I wanted to mention a few things that really belong here in this video. Number one, I'm more or less following, although making a few adaptations on my own, a video by Paint Society that is extremely detailed, fantastic watch. Cannot recommend it enough. I'll put it in the description below. I watched quite a few different videos that describe this process, and I thought that one was top-notch. Not saying others weren't, but I just really enjoyed the detail that YouTuber put in. I do deviate some. My sanding steps I think are a little bit different in terms of the grit that I'm using, and just as I mentioned, I went to a local paint store to purchase the sanding material. Another thing is that I actually ended up having to go to a hardware store because the paint store wasn't open and purchased another sheet of P600. One of the headlights on the Elantra that I'm working on in this video really took a long time to sand. It just seemed that the factory paint was not coming off at all. So having more sandpaper and maybe even getting a coarser grit if you have a headlight that's particularly stubborn like I had might save you a lot of time and elbow grease. And lastly, the results from this project for this Elantra that you'll see in a moment were not the best. They were maybe in the middle of the three. I'll flash on screen here before and afters from my Odyssey, which was just flawless. I'll share my thoughts as to why I got the different results I did at the end so that you can judge for yourself, in the hopes that you can get the best results possible like I did with my Odyssey. All right, back to the main clip. So without further ado, we'll get started. I'm gonna start with the P600 pad, and then we'll transition up to the 800, and then we'll tape everything off and plastic everything up for our paint stage. Now I'm working in the morning, and so I hope the lighting isn't too bad. It's hard to even see it on camera too well, but you can, I think, make out the discoloration that the years of sunlight have done to these headlights. This is a 13, 14-year-old car, just about. Definitely 13-year-old car. So it has seen some wear and tear. I'm gonna use our tape, and I'm gonna tape it up. All right, I'm gonna begin with our Sprayway glass cleaner. It's all right if the tape gets wet, doesn't really hurt anything. And we're just cleaning the headlights first. Get all the contaminants off of it. Have a good surface layer to work with. And that is a process that I'll repeat a couple times actually. Now I'm going to go ahead and use my 600 grit sandpaper. Just going to get it wet and begin. All right, so it's a little later in the day. We're gonna go with the P800 now. So next up, I'm going to plastic the entire car, throw a plastic tarp over it, and then cut it out over here. So you'll just see this part here. I'll just let the camera roll and maybe do a time lapse. Okay, so this is by far not the prettiest plastic job, but I think I'm good enough. I'm gonna go ahead and clean this and the other side one more time, and then I will paint. This is just to get off any contaminants that might have been left behind. All right, here we go. That wind is not helping anything, I'm sure. And in about 5 minutes, 5 or 6 minutes, I'll go ahead and spray another heavier coat, and then we'll be done. On the other side, I've got plastic that's kind of coming down and actually already stuck to it. So I'm gonna try and tape that back up and get it out of the way. For comparison, here's the other side. Looks quite a bit better. I mean, it's not direct sunlight, so maybe that plays into this a little bit too. So we gotta wait like 2 hours for it to cure.
Okay.
All right, and here is a post 6, 7, 8 hours or so image of the same headlight. Now, like I mentioned before, I think this is the second best out of the 3 that I did, and it looks a little hazy to me, and so I don't really like that. Maybe it'll clear up in 24 hours time or so. I'm not really banking on that, but you know, it might. My thought as to why that occurred are either one of two things. Maybe I didn't sand enough, especially with the P800 pad. That might have helped. Maybe I should have gone a couple more minutes with that. I really didn't emphasize too much with that level of grit, and maybe I should have. But what I really think it wasn't the sanding, but the wind. I think the wind just threw off the results. A third possibility could be that I sprayed a little bit too much on the second pass, or maybe even the first pass. The first one, you really want to just, from my understanding from the Paint Society's video, it's supposed to be fairly light. And I think on the second pass, I sprayed quite a few times. So maybe that was just too heavy. But either that or the wind are what I'm kind of banking on. So my advice would be, now I have a garage, but I just have a lot of stuff in the garage right now that I'm trying to clear and clean. I've got parts for a timing belt job that I'm gonna do probably in the next couple of weeks. 2 timing belt jobs on 2 Odysseys actually, so it's a very big job. I've got new parts and tools for that just kind of all over the place. Anyway, if you have a garage to do this in, that'd be advisable, because that might cut away, you know, from the wind factor. Obviously, wear protective equipment. You don't want to breathe this stuff in. I mean, it has a warning label right there for a reason. But I'm really happy with the results. It was about 2 hours per set of headlights. A little bit longer for the Elantra because, again, I had to really sand the passenger side headlight to get all the factory coating off. But yeah, I'm going to wrap the video up here. If you have any suggestions, comments, feedback, or critiques, please put them down in the comment section below. We'd love to learn from you if anyone knows exactly why I had a bit hazier of a result on the Elantra here than my Odyssey. And as always, if you found this content enjoyable or informative, please give me a thumbs up. And please do consider subscribing so that you see future content. Thank you very much for watching. Peace.